I'm ready to. Ready, cool.
Okay, I don't have Unchained, so I actually need to drop Defiance. So during your Berserk, it's very important you don't miss a single global. So you'll see me risking a lot to make sure my globals have 100% uptime. Doing Berserk, like bobbing and weaving out of those Mega Force circles. If you delay your global even half a second, you're pacified before you can finish your combos. So I can talk a little bit about what I was about to do on that second Aquamorn. By the way, this is where you pull Berserk for a second, see who Earthshaker's target. It's not on me, so I'm free to Berserk. I can talk a little bit about that Aquamorn that was just about to happen, because that's the intricate part of Phase 4. You actually enter Defiance much earlier than the Aquamorn in order to get your Unchained up. You want to avoid the 10-second penalty that Defiance forces you into when you want to interbeast something on the fly. And one way you can do that is you can enter Defiance a lot earlier before the second Aquamorn, get your Unchained up, build 5 Wrath during Unchained, and then interbeast at the end of your Unchained for the Aquamorn, and then you can drop Defiance immediately. This is an HG, so I don't need to Storm's Path. My TP is a little lower than I like, but we have Pan up, so I'm going to keep Fracture. I'm going to Berserk here, even though it's probably going to get me pacified on the Drake. And actually, it's late enough that it won't affect it. I got everything I needed to get off. Redo Maim. Foresight for a good measure. When he's pacified, I can pull this combo and put it straight on Bahamut. Skip Fracture because I need to get the debuff up immediately. Can't take any more. I have a Strength Bot that I'm going to actually use now. Because it'll line up nicely with the final phase. And also because we were about to push the boss. Thought I waited any longer. Stop your guess. Unchain that well in advance because I'm not going to get full uptime anyway. I favor Path here because we're going to go straight into Giga Flare. pulling Berserk and internal leads for the ad phase.
Where the fuck am I going?
Totally diagonal. DC in the middle.
Ideally, you just want to eye and bushes block this mob, but I full aggro want to do that, so I have the path. This mob is magical stone spin, so I'm switching to it immediately. Killing it beforehand. Pacified, so you flash these. Get meme up, and then overpower. Died a little earlier than I would have liked, because I would have liked to get a meme combo going. Meme combo going. Words are hard. Again, stand opposite side. This targets me. Didn't. Full tonal release. We used to bait dive bombs differently, but people have complained that there's so many alt raids that do it differently that we just have adopted their strategy. It makes no difference. Vengeance the plummet. Make sure path gets up before DS. After this Densons, I will have 1.5 purchase block rotations before I move. Purchase block, heavy swing, skull sunder, and move. Favor my damage on the Sin, but make sure the path goes down to the storm. My Infuriate timing was 1 or 2 globals later than normal. That's actually my Awk 1 too a little bit. But we should still be okay. If nothing else, I can just panic home gang. I'd like to show you the guys the most complete and optimized rotation. Hopefully I will. Should be okay. Period ASAP. Need to get it on cooldown ASAP. Right, same thing. IB, then drop Defiance. Waiting for Berserk to pop my cooldowns. Going to my normal Berserk combo, heavy swing Zerk. Berserk is coming next. Taking off Sin. So I lost a lot of uptime there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this Sockmorn. We'll see. I got it. Okay, so I lost 0 damage there from entering Defiance for that IB. I can go over it in greater detail after the fight. Have to take some damage from the Mega Player. Because I was a little late there. My TP's high, I can put Fracture back in my rotation. Grabbing off Chia. Give me some room, Chia. This is gonna be a home gang, all heals in a Leroy. After the Giga. So for this Sockmorn and Sockmorn 3, I'm just gonna home gang it. I'm gonna home gang it out of Defiance. It's important that I home gang at the very end of the cast, or it won't work. You see it fades right as the last attack goes off. I'll Bloodbath, I'll pull myself back up. It's important I take no damage here. That's going to be a problem. Hopefully our heals can compensate. Next Sockmorn is H Shield. Chia other side, I'm taking off Sin. Leroy, give me some room. The Sockmorn is H-Shield after Giga. Or it's just Aquaman next. That should be the last Aquaman of the fight. Barring no hilarious scrubs. Side note, it's important you be max melee when dealing with mega players. Because the boss is going to end, I'm actually just going to drop path. I should be able to get Eye up. And that's it. That's the fight. So, I believe... that's a terrible drop for us. Give us a second while we discuss this gear, then I'll talk about what just happened phase 4 a little bit more.
I'm about ready. Yo, wait, do you have their spends? You got their spends!
Do you have the butt wings on the pass now?
I have butt wings.
You guys have to pass on this for cannons.
Okay, I won't pass on the spear for cheese.
Oh, babe. You know, next year is Heaven's Fall.
Eating a Heaven's Fall. Yeah, what's Heaven's Fall? That what we're gonna be.
Yo,
Oh,
the reason the fucking tower was out like Goonies is because I had to wait for this big circle to disappear before I stacked the party.
Hold on. Goonies.
No, so
that's
like
the spear.
the circle's gonna like not make a wall.
Who's getting this code? Any mains? Dimag code. Dimag code, right? Remember what I spelled? I think it was like. Okay, code Dimag 20. 22. Did you get the one?
Well, I can use
So, like-
Poison's right now, but I don't really care about it.
So if you can use your
Take it.
The boots have never dropped, and It doesn't matter.
Let's just take shit. Yeah, fuck you.
It doesn't matter.
Alright.
At this point, we're just finishing off points.
Now that loot's handled.
Second goals.
So let me just go over kind of what happened there because it's a little hard to talk about it while it's going on. Awkward number 1 is basically taken completely out of Defiance. You pop Defiance early enough so that you can drop Defiance immediately after the Inner Beast. That's why it's also very important to get Defiance up as soon as possible, right after Terraflare, or before Terraflare rather. So Awkward number 1 is very easily taken with a shield and Inner Beast completely out of Defiance. Awkward number 2 is where it gets really interesting. As long as your Infuriate timing was early enough, directly after or directly before Terraflare, depending on when you used it in Phase 3, you can enter Defiance at the beginning of Root Shakers, preferably right before they go out, Infuriate Unchained, and build 5 Wrath stacks before the second Akmorn. The alternative to this would be entering Defiance for an Infuriate Inner Beast at the second Akmorn, but that punishes you with 10 seconds of nerfed Defiance damage. If you use Unchained to build your Wrath stacks, then you're not punished at all. It's very tight timing with your Infuriates, but when you map them out, it's very easy to execute, and it'll improve your DPS quite a bit. Third Akmorn is the Home Gang. The Home Gang is the tightest of them all. It's also not hard, but it is the tightest of them all. You must Home Gang at the very end of the Akmorn cast bar, or your Home Gang will not last for all the Akmorn hits. It's very important that it lasts for all of the hits, because you have literally no cooldowns active. You have no Defiance, no Inner Beast, no Vengeance, no Thrill, no nothing. If your Home Gang drops for any of those hits, you are probably dead. Akmorn number 4 is just a hollow ground, so I don't even need to worry about it. I can just sit outside of Defiance. It's no problemo. Take note that this is a 4 Akmorn tank rotation. It does not work nearly as cleanly in a 5 Akmorn rotation. If you were dealing with a 5 Akmorn rotation, the optimal setup would be to Home Gang the second Akmorn, which allows your Home Gang to come off cooldown for the 5th Akmorn as well. A lot of groups were using tank swaps on Home Gang number 2. They would provoke with their warrior and solo Home Gang Akmorn number 2 because it's easily taken solo with Home Gang, and then cover the warrior to deal with the follow-up auto attack. It's a loss of doing that is fine, and it's very safe. However, if you're dealing with Enrage, it is a loss of DPS because it forces your Paladin to essentially not press any of his buttons, or he'll take the aggro back. And it also makes you use cover, which is a very valuable DPS asset, in that you can cover your melee DPS during Earthshakers, and they don't have to move at all. So I would recommend doing no tank swap. If you're dealing with Enrage, I would recommend doing no tank swaps at all during the final phase, and using Home Gang as a solo soak, as a solo heal soak opportunity where you don't need to heal the warrior at all. You can just funnel all heals into the Paladin instead, while the warrior is stacked on your Paladin with Home Gang. I would recommend that to groups that are still progressing. And then the 5th Akmorn is essentially the same thing. You would be stacking on your Paladin and Home Ganging. However, it's a little different from Akmorn number 2. You cannot Home Gang all the hits of Akmorn number 5. It is too long of a duration. Your Home Gang does not last that long. You must Inner Beast and cooldown the first hit of Akmorn, and then Home Gang the 2nd through 6th hits. You need to Home Gang right before the 2nd hit for it to last. So be very careful when you're Home Gang. Other than that, it's a fairly straightforward game of grabbing tethers and trying not to mess up berserks. So yep, that was our final coil clear for the week. I apologize for the spaghetti. This was actually my first time doing this. I made quite a few mistakes myself while I was being an idiot and talking. We are doing another clear tonight and I'm doing it on an alt warrior. I will not be streaming that, only because I can't do nearly as many fun things and show you guys as many fun things on it because it lacks skill speed. so it's not going to be very entertaining to watch at all.
Be right back.
I feel like I've discussed most of my tactics in Final Coil.
Fuck you.
If there's any specific questions about turns, you can message me in game, or if you're in CL, you can just post in the forums.
How can you even tell
I'm
when a window's coming?
very approachable when it comes to warrior advice, contrary to popular belief. I'm very approachable when it comes to advice, period, as long as you ask.
Look at that beautiful website.
But yeah, I hope it helped some people. I hope it gave some people some laughs from all the silly mistakes. And
Helio?
maybe in the future I'll do something like this again. But that's going to be it for now.